Hello, hello, hello. It is Friday. We are at the end of the month. And tomorrow's the last day of July, right? Hi, happy Friday. How are you? See, your girl got her makeup on, got her lashes on. We are getting ready for a promotional event at my job. And they want to plaster it all over social media and on the website and all that too. So I am practicing my face. So when you see my face out there, and they were thinking about putting, getting some ad on city buses too. I don't want my face on any bus in Philadelphia, but if I'm gonna be on there, I might as well look good because you're gonna be like, oh, who's she? I need to come to go see that doctor. I need to come and see that NP. So anyway, so that's what I'm practicing. So no comments. Anyway, so happy Friday. How are you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I hope all of you are well. We are dealing with so much going on in the country right now with, flooding and this and that and everything else. And then to talk about, this Delta virus that going around, Delta variant is going around, and there's so much to worry about. So I just figured today I'm going to come on here, and I feel like every time I come on like it's, bad news. One second, I'm just going to turn this fan off, okay? One second. I come on, and it seems like I always have bad news. So I was dealing with one of my patients this week, and I said, and he said, every time I come to the doctor, I feel like I get bad news. So I just said, you know what, it hit me. I said, you know what? Some days I'm just going to go ahead and just tell people some good news. So it is Friday. I know there's so many things going on in the world and things going on back home for those of us who are Liberians. But I just want to say, happy Friday. I hope you all are having a good time. I know there are things going on. I know there's some things that you're dealing with that cannot be changed. I understand that totally. I'm not totally erasing real life. But I just want to say, just good news. For those of you who have lost some weight this month, or in the past couple of months, I say bravo. Even if it's 2 pounds, if it's 1 pound or more than that, I say bravo. Every little pound counts, and it counts towards your lower BMI, and it also makes it, puts you less risk for getting heart diseases and diabetes and chronic kidney disease and everything that goes along with that. So if you have lost any kind of weight this month or in the past couple of months, I say bravo. If you have found other ways to deal with all the issues that you're going with, like you're enduring yourself, like making sure you're lessening your stress, putting yourself around people who celebrate you. They don't have to sit there and gaslight you, just celebrate you and tell you the truth, but also at the same time telling you with love. Finding other activities that take you away from all the craziness in the world, I say bravo. For those of you who are, sometimes I say watch mindless TV. Watch something that's not going to stress you out. That's why sometimes I get on there and I go on TikTok, and when I'm sitting there playing my videos and then I see something that's like a little stressful, I'm like, nope, not ready for that right now. I have enough of that in real life, so not ready for that right now. So if you're eating healthy, school's almost starting soon. We decided doing back to school vacation thing way before that. What are you doing, maybe? Oh, Ed, I'm going to put the chart under you. I put that there before. Is your height and your weight, wherever your height is supposed to be, plus your weight, and then you do that. But I'll put the chart to see, that way you can just look at it and see the calculations. But I did mention this before. But, you want to be in the green zone. You want to be as close as the green zone as much as possible. I'm going to tell you my weight. I'm just going to put the chart and you can figure it out. But, so you're just making sure there's not enough fat around the belly area, because it's where most of the place when you start developing diabetes and other issues around there. So if you go into the gym, or if you just exercising outside and you're eating okay, if you're eating Liberian food, you're making Liberian food healthy, I just want to say, bravo, bravo. I told my patient, I said, guess what? She's like, oh my goodness. She said, yeah, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I said, you look great. I say, you look like your spirits are much higher and you're doing great. She's like, you sure, doc? I say, you look good. You look good. They call me doc. I know I'm not doc. They always call me doc. I say, you look good. And she was very happy. She was very happy. Another guy too, I told him, I say, you look good, you're doing the right thing, we're headed the right way. You're not there yet, but you're headed the right way. And they were very happy about that. So I'm just here today to say, for all of you who are making changes in your life, whether it's mentally or physically or whatever it is you're doing, and if it's positive and you're doing it also to your family members and friends, I say bravo. I don't have my glasses on, Edwin, so if I'm sitting there, okay, I did it. Alrighty, I don't know if you're asking to come on or not, but I'm just here to say, enjoy. Just nobody can run away from their realities of life, but I just have to add the part that Delta variant. I was having a hectic conversation with one of the members of the forum here. I don't know if he's here or not, but talking about religion and medical science, and it's like people are saying, oh, if you're fearful, then that means you don't have enough faith. I'm a Christian. I'm not one of those people who go out and talking about Christianity all the time. Like I tell people, I have a relationship with God. I don't need to announce it to everybody. Those who are pastors and other things. My sister just became a pastor. We went to her stuff on Sunday. Yay. But I respect religion, but I also understand where religion and medical science can safely coexist within reason. It is very important that people understand that. When people say, "Oh, you're not afraid," I have been in the rooms when I was a nurse, and when patient was told bad news or something, a critical diagnosis and all, I saw the fear in the face. Even and I've dealt with pastors, I've dealt with people of other religion and all that. I can see the fear in the face, because when somebody tells you, that's a natural human response. Nobody should tell you that's not a if you're fearful, that means you don't believe in God. And how do you measure that? How do you measure that? That's a normal human response. The same way with joy and happiness and pain and all. That's normal human response. That's a body's response, and it's responding to something physiologically. That's the normal human response. Yes, you're going to be afraid. And sometimes when you're afraid, and if you believe in God or you believe in whatever higher power you believe in, you say, okay, I'm afraid that this is what I've been told. And I'm afraid of what is going to happen down the road. But if I believe in God, I pray that God would give me the strength to carry me through. I never tell anybody, you believe in God and then everything is going to be fine, because I know there's certain diagnosis that is going to be, chronic, and there's certain diagnoses that are permanent, sadly. And we always saw, like, that's one thing I noticed when I was working in the hospital in the Catholic field, where it's like they tell you, pray for me, please, so I can be able to go through this. I'll pray for you to be able to go through this. I see Liberian people sometimes they'll be like, oh, if you believe in God and everything, and when Jesus said nobody can say no and all that, yes, those are nice songs and all, and I always like to bring the first part to my patient. I say, you know what, I'll do my part, you do your part, and we leave the rest with God. And they're always like, oh, okay, thank you, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything will be just fine. Yes, I want you to know, I'm not going to tell you things are going to be crappy and this and that, but I'm going to tell you, this is the course of the disease that you have to deal with. If you do this, if you do that, and you can manage it well. And of course, you're going to be afraid of what's going to happen. You have family, you have other issues, you have responsibilities that you have to deal with. So yes, there would be a natural fear. Your body's going to react to that until you get to the point where you can, say, okay, this is where I am, and I'm okay dealing with this. Or you're going to go through the series of denial and everything before you get to the point where you're saying, okay, I accept what it is and I have to deal with it. We all go through that. Medical professionals and all, we're not exempt from it. We are human bodies too. And if somebody tells us anything, yes, of course, we're going to be afraid too. So I mean, I'm thinking, like, who knows? When every day I go to work, the Delta variant, we have people coming into the office for examination. They call me and I go over the criteria and I say, yes, you meet the criteria to come in and get tested. We test people in the parking lot sometimes, and sometimes they come in there. I'm going to be exposed to it. So the other day I had to put on a full gown again, full PE with the shield and all to go and see a patient. So I understand that the risk is also there for us who are in the office and also those who work in the field and outside. And now it's like, from what you're hearing from the CDC, I don't want to think about all that. That's why I'm trying to outrun the clock this summer, like just enjoy myself, because I don't know what's going to happen down the road. We all don't know that. But if people get vaccinated, and wear their masks and try to do everything they need to do, where the mandates and where it's recommended, you go ahead and do it. That's for your own health. Because the thing about it is, if you don't do it, we all suffer, because we, for those of us who got the vaccine, for those of us who've been doing everything we're supposed to do, we're all going to suffer when they make mass, mandate it again. So it's like, how's that fair that we went through all that and they have to, they didn't get the vaccine. They didn't do anything they're supposed to do, and they have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about that, but we have to worry about it again. That's why I kept telling people, do the vaccine, get the vaccine, and do as much as you can to protect yourself, so we all don't have to go through that. It's like having your children, you remember, like your siblings, but one person did bad and your parents were so mad and beat everybody. It's like, how is that my fault? So, or like one person on the team who knows what you're supposed to do to get ready to come in for game day, and they don't do what they're supposed to do, and the whole team, they forfeit the game, and the whole team suffers. So basically that's where we are again. So But so far I've heard good news that more people are getting vaccinated. It's not a guarantee. The masks are not a guarantee. When people say, "Oh, masks are not a guarantee that you're not gonna get the virus," nobody has ever said that. No if a healthcare professional said that, that is a lie. Nobody has ever said it's guaranteed it's going to stop. It's going to help prevent you getting sick and also protecting other people. There are people out there who, for health reasons, cannot get the vaccine. Okay, there are some people out there that cannot wear the mask for a long period of time. If you are in the position where you can get that vaccine to save that other person, wouldn't you do that? I mean, I don't get it. Or wear a mask, places where they say wear a mask when you have to go inside. I have to wear a mask like 8 hours a day because I work in the health field, so I have to wear it. I work with my coworkers now who are in the hospital, my former coworkers who have to wear the shield and everything now, especially if you work in the COVID floor. And they were mixing up the COVID people. They have COVID floors and different things. I remember last year when in the fall, when they came back again and they told us we're going to be in the COVID floor, I can literally remember that day where our whole morale just dropped, and you had to go back in through all that stress again and everything else that we had to deal with. It was mentally and physically taxing. For those of you who did not see it, for those of you who did not hear the cold blue every time, for those of you who didn't see so many people dying, for those of you who didn't see us holding up the phone to somebody so their family member can listen to them before they die, and all of that, to see people coming in and the white trucks in front of the hospital to have all the bodies with it because they couldn't get the bodies to the morgue in enough time. You did not see that. So when people sit there and deny this disease and sit that, oh, it's not that bad, or it's this and that, or it's just media playing, the media is not the one who's like doing it, because we were sitting there, we counted every patient that was admitted to the hospital that had COVID. We had to count it every day, and that was reported to the city and also reported to the state. That's how the media gets their number. It wasn't being made up, So when people say that, it infuriates me, because there's some nurses out there who came out of nursing school and never had a regular nursing year. Never. They came right into this. And some of them are so stressed out. Most of them did their first year and left the hospital and went to go do something else, went to go do other nursing. You're talking about nurses who won't be in the hospital to work when you need your family member, you or your family member need them. Okay. Also, when when the hospital is filled with COVID patients, that's less beds for people who need who are coming in for other issues. And so when you don't have enough bed and when you don't have enough staff, I mean, you can't keep piling up more patients for nurses and the respiratory therapists and the physical therapists and everybody else to do that. So, and if you're having a heart attack, that's one less ICU bed. If you're having a stroke, that's one less ICU bed. We're going to have to divert patients to other places. So if you live like 10 minutes away from the hospital and there's no more beds there, they're diverting to other facilities further away. For every minute that goes by, that's the danger to your heart and to your body. So when they say, we're running out of ICU beds, oh no, there's some heart attack, strokes, aneurysm, blood clot. Those things require minutes for you to get to where you need to get to start an intervention. You need to start. So every minute that goes by, like I said, every minute that goes by, you have the blood circulation going like that. It's going like that. Your heart is slowly closing in. Your blood vessels are slowly closing in. Minutes before you suffer irreparable damages to your body. I didn't want to get too serious today, but I was on this conversation and it was all about, okay, God and this and this. And I trust God. Like I said, I trust God. I have been in rooms where patients were praying, and I went in there and the IV pumps were beeping, and I was like, excuse me, or like they were singing. I remember one time I went in the room and I went to fix the IV pump, and this family member, and they were singing, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, and this lady's like, baby, where are you going? I was like, I'm just checking your pump. And she's literally like, I don't think so. And next thing you know, and they looked at me, and seconds later, you should see me. I'm like, we come this far by faith. And I was my friends looking at me like, oh, what were you doing in there? I said, hey, they called me. I was in there when to go fix the pump, and they were singing, and this lady like, so I had to stay in there and sing too. So, and we have prayed with my patients. We have, every hospital has spiritual care departments, but when it comes down to it, if a patient is going to a surgery, I can pray with them all I want, but they have to sign that consent form. I have to make sure that everything is filled out in that consent form, that the labs were okay, that their blood work were okay, blood and lab work and everything, imaging was okay, is the right patient, is the right date of birth, is the right surgery, all those things. They're not going to say, oh yeah, because she prayed with me, so I'm not going to sue because she didn't do these things, and all that. So when the doctor comes in to sign the consent form, when I worked in the hospital as a nurse, when I witnessed that, I'm also witnessing everything else that's going on in that paper. So it's not like to say we're not, we're not medical people, don't have believe in God, or they don't believe in a higher power. Even if they don't, we still respect your faith. We still do. But I want you to understand that God said that when it comes to medical, God didn't say, God said, I'm one of those people who will be like, oh yeah, God said this, God told me. No, even people who, like I said, the people who work in the hospital, the chaplains and all that, they're trained in their field, and they're also trained to know that what they're supposed to do, where their place is when it comes to being in patient care and when it comes to healthcare. And most of these people who are like really strict and saying, oh yeah, God says it, and don't be scared and all that, guess what? They go to the doctors. They go to the doctors for their physical. They get their lab work done. They have to have surgery. They do this. So you can't sit there and say, I'm taking my health information from my pastor. I'm taking my health information from the, no. The pastors, smart pastors and pastors who are responsible will tell you, you should be getting your health information from your healthcare professional. And then whatever else you need from us, we'll go through that. So it's that important. Okay, so for those of you who believe in God, and those of you who are Christians or Muslim or Jewish or non-believers whatsoever, please, just take this virus seriously, because it just seems like you believe in everything else, but then it's like when it comes to this virus, then it's such, oh, I don't believe this, and this is saying this, and this is saying that, and this is saying that. We saw it. I saw it. I was there. I was there. It's not nobody, oh yeah, watch it on TV. I was there. And I don't like to talk about it too much because I know things that still haunt me to this day. Okay? And I still know anything could happen because I'm working in the hospital. I'm working in the doctor's office now, and I see patients and they're coming to me and they're talking, and I'm there. So I know I'm at a risk of getting it too. Okay? So, but anyways, I didn't want to get on that today, but it's just very important as you talk about something important, talking about no funny things, you also talk about that. So, but anyways, like I said, starting this, I just want to make sure that for those of you who have had all these little victories, like I said, graduation, you lost weight, you finding ways to take care of your stress, you finding ways to take care of your, your inner spirit and all that, and being around people who love you, who celebrate you, don't force it. There's some people who you thought that they were your friends at one time, and it turned out they weren't your friends because they were only there for a season and their time has gone by, and stick with the ones that we, and that's like, I'm getting older. I've seen that I wasn't somebody who had 10,000 friends anyway. So, but I love the people who are my true friends who carried me through. I mean, especially when it came to other things. And when I was in school, my other friends who were like very close to me, who I'd be like, please contact me, talk me off the ledge. I don't think I can do this. And I'm sitting here. This is the very spot I used to sit to take my test, because we took our test at home. Besides the boards, we took our test at home, and we sat in here, and you had the computer, and they tell you, turn that computer in all 4 different directions of the room. We want to see every little spot of the room, on the floor. Take your watch off, put it somewhere. Phone should be elsewhere, because there was no cheating. There was absolutely no cheating when you were taking your test. So when I see this, sometimes I say here, and I like, just imagine there was a time where, like, the fast 4 years when I was under so much stress. So some of those days where I got on Facebook for like 3 months at a time, 4 months at a time, when I was going through different rotations. At this time last year, I was finishing up my last rotation, and so we can get out. We finally graduated in June, but we had to do another rotation. So when I sit at work and I see myself sitting there, and they're saying, okay, the provider's in the room, the provider's gonna be coming to see you, and you can talk to her about your stuff. And I go in the room, and the patients are so appreciative. One cussed me out the other day, but she cussed everybody out all the time. But and you see that, and it's like you just say, and like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I also believe in God, and I have a relationship with God. And I say, if my grandmother was here to see me, my little grandmother who worked so hard, and worked and made sure her children, they lived with other people, but she made sure she took care of her children, and her children did the same. And my mom and my aunt and everybody who contributed to my growth and helped me raising me, and all my friends who helped me along the way, my husband, my children, and everybody else. Those of you who are my friends on Facebook, who I know in real life, and those of you who I, just know on Facebook, I thank you. I sit there, I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. It still pinches me. Even when I look at my paper where I kept my email, when I passed my boards, I was like, wow, I remember couple of years back when I had to repeat one class, and they gave me a paperwork saying that your GPA had dropped, and if you fail any more class, they were going to kick you out of the program. I had that picture on my wall. I still have the other picture where I said my graduation picture, and I had that email on my wall, and I looked at it every time, and I said, you know what, God, your will, you know. And it's like God's plan. So I'm here today for those of you who are going through things where you can't see past tomorrow, where you can't see past the next day or the next day or know what's going on. Just trust me, things will be okay. I can't promise you everything will be okay, but just take it day by day. Like I tell my patients, take it day by day. Sometimes it requires 1 minute by 1 minute. Just take it day by day and just be thankful for the things that are all going right. Okay, this is all part of healthy living. Body, mind, and spirit. I'm really one of those people who like to have everything aligned, and sometimes they don't. So sometimes you just have to work with it wherever it is. Okay, I'm not sure if this video is stopping halfway through. I see it going some way there, and I'm really tired, so I'm not gonna you know, if I do it, I'll probably just record it and put it back on. But just want to tell you guys thank you. Also, going on next month with Mick, as I started this 2014. And so we're going to be, what? I'm bad at math. 6 years. So, and you guys been with me all through. Some of you who came along later on, some of you who came and left, some of you who just watched later on because you won't watch me live because you have other things to do. And I'm thankful for the ones who watch live and the ones who watch later. More people watch later. And so I'm thankful for that. And I'm really, really thankful and grateful that you guys found it important enough to come on here and talk to you guys. You can get your health information anywhere, but please get it from somebody who's trained in this business, not just anywhere. So, but I say thank you. And you know, I wanted to like story ending. I wanted to end with this story. Something funny. This guy who used to be on Facebook, we used to be on TMZ together way back in the day when I was on the Liberian forums, and he was always talking against women. And women this in the Bible, he's a pastor. Women this and women that, women this and women that, and women was the one who did that, and women were the one who did that, and women. So we always like butt heads all the time. We used to butt heads. So I went to a funeral up north, and was sitting at the repast, and this girl was sitting next to me. Beautiful girl, beautiful woman. She was sitting next to me, so she was I'm playing with her daughter, and my husband's there, and some other people I knew from Facebook, and you know. So we're sitting there, we're talking, and he's walking by, right? Mind you, he's walking by, and he turned, and he must have spotted her. Oh, you just seen this change in his face. If we hadn't met at that time. So he came and he was standing next to her, and he's talking to her, and he's rapping to her. Oh, you know, I'm the one in this area, and I'm the one who like won the head of the Liberian Association here, and I'm this and I'm that. And she's like, oh, you know, I'm just here for a while. I'm going to go back to Liberia later. And oh my God, he's like sweet talking her. So and I was like, I turned around to my husband. I said, that's the one on Facebook who always talking so much against women and this and that and women this and women is the cause of everything that's going wrong in this world. I can't believe it. I'm going to call him out. I'm going to call him out. My husband's like, no, I'm going to call him out. So I turned around and I was like, I said, no, I'll do it. And I just, Pastor, I'm not going to call his name because he's on Facebook. I said, Pastor. And the thing about it, he's standing there with his chain, with a big cross hanging, swinging back and forth. And I said, oh, hi. I said, I'm Abby Tyler from Facebook. Remember the one who you always arguing with about Jesus Christ and, you know, how men are supposed to be this and women are supposed to be this and men are supposed to be faithful and women and this. And he saw me. He's like, oh, Abby Tyler. He starts talking to my husband. He goes, oh, Mr. Tyler, let me tell you, your wife is very, very brilliant, and your wife is this, and your wife is this, and this and that. And then he's talking, he's so nervous. And he said, oh, I was just talking to this lady about, you know, talking about whatever and this and this. I said, oh, Pastor, I don't have anything to say there. I just saw you. I recognize you. That's all. He's like, oh, okay. And he hurried up real quick. Okay, so I just said that to say, you know, I don't have no problem with people like how they present themselves on Facebook. I'm not perfect at all. But don't come on Facebook and be pretending like you're so perfect and everything. I would tell you the first thing that I'm the most imperfect person. But it's just, and I see him on Facebook. I don't see him that much because I'm not on the forum anymore. But he was just, you know, the way he was just sweet talking this lady and saying how he was this and that. I was like, really? You know, it was not the Eve story, and then the Samson and Delilah. He knew every story about every woman in the Bible because he's a pastor. How women did this to men and women did this for the world and all. So I just said, whatever, you know. So, but I just wanted to end a little story time. I'm going to be doing more story time because it's summertime and you just want to, you know, relax. Probably going to go to the shore tomorrow and just relax a little bit. I've been out, going out for the past 2 Saturdays and Sundays, so I'm exhausted. I don't have it in me anymore. I used to be able to party. Not really. I grew up very sheltered. We grew up very sheltered, so let me not lie. We grew up very sheltered in the suburbs, and then when I grew up, I became, you know, married early and became parents very early too. So I'm just kind of finding myself now. But sometimes I get tired, you know, being a nurse all this many years and now a provider. So, you know, it's been fun. It's been fun. And I just wanted to end that and just end it on just, I just been talking a lot. But it's like I said, maybe next Friday I would come on and talk about something a little more structured. But I just want to say good luck to all of you who are doing something. And I just feel sometimes every time I come on here, I'm saying something bad. I don't know how to make healthcare sexy. I don't. I'm sorry. You know, healthcare, we talk about the body. We talk about fun stuff. We talk about music. And I used to play my music before. I need to go back to doing that. But it's all about keeping you guys healthy and happy. That's why whenever I say happy birthday, I go happy, healthy birthday, because you never know. You just never know. Okay, so thank you all. And like again, I said, you like my makeup? We're gonna be doing our promotional stuff on there. So if you see my face on any bus in Philadelphia and all that, I hope, I'm praying that they don't do that. They have a Facebook page. My job has a Facebook page and also other website and all. So I'm trying not to be on there. But if I'm gonna be on there, I'm gonna be looking good. I'm just saying. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Just talk and just chatting with you guys, okay? And if you have any suggestion on what it is you want me to talk about, you can send it through my inbox. You can put it underneath this post, and we can go on from there, okay? I don't like to talk for more than 20 minutes, so I think I've been talking now for over 20 minutes. But thank you all for watching. Once again, I thank you all for all your love and support, okay? Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free, and love on each other, and I love you all. Thanks again. Bye.